Alright, let's take a look and see how you did here. We'll start with this first one, and we just want to take every event separately, and then we'll multiply them together. So for the tails, on a coin, that would be 1 out of 2. This time you flip it, it's still going to be 1 out of 2. And then if we roll a dice, your chances of getting a 6 are 1 out of 6. So if we multiply those all together, that would be 1, and then 2 times 2 would be 4, times 6 is 1/24th. And then if we were to change that to a percentage, it's going to be probably around 4% somewhere. 1 out of 24 is about 4%. So we could put 4% down, so we're saying we have a 4% chance of flipping a coin and getting tails, then flipping a coin and getting tails, then rolling a dice and getting 6, a 4% chance. Now let's go over the other one. We got our M&Ms or Skittles or whatever you like best here. Okay, so I need the probability of blue then red, and we're going to replace it. We're going to put the M&M or the Skittle back. So blue is 3 out of 6. Red is also 3 out of 6. If I multiply those together, I'm going to get 9 out of 6 times 6 is 36. 9 divided by 36, I already know is actually, I know that this is 1/4, and 1/4 is 25%. Now, hopefully you did that on a calculator and you checked and made sure if you didn't know that was 1/4, but that would be about 25% right there. Now, our next situation, you're going to draw out a red, and then you're going to not put it back, meaning you're either going to eat it or throw it away or something, then you're going to draw another red. So my first chance of this would be 3 out of 6. I'm not putting it back, so that gets rid of that one right there. So now I have to take this separately. What is my chances of getting a red? So if I look up what I have now, that's actually 2 out of 5. So if I multiply those together, 3 times 2 would be 6, and then 6 times 5 is 30. 6 out of 30 would be a fifth, which is actually 20%. And if you don't know that, you can just divide 6 divided by 30 on a calculator. You'll probably get 0.2. 0.2 is 20%. Coming down here, similar problem, except for this time we are putting it back after we take it out. So my probability of getting a red is 3 out of 6. Okay, I put it back, so I still have all 6 that I started with. My probability of getting a red is still 3 out of 6. Multiply those together, it's 9 out of 36, which we said back in the first problem was 25%. Now in this last one, there's 3 in a row here, and then we're not putting any of them back, so we're either eating them or something. Okay, my chances of getting a blue to start with are 3 out of 6. I'm not putting it back, so that means I'm going to get rid of the blue. Okay, my chances of getting a blue now are 2 out of 5. And again, I'm not putting it back. Now my chances of getting a red are 3 out of 4. Now if I multiply all those together, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 3 would be 18 out of 6 times 5 is 30. 30 times 4 is 120. 18 out of 120. Now I can't do that one very easily in my head here, so let's check out and see what it is. 18 divided by 120 gets me 0.15, which is exactly 15%. So given the Skittles that I have, that I started with, and I'll fill those back in just so you can see them. So basically what we're saying is that, given the Skittles what I started with in this situation, if I drew a blue and ate it, got a blue and ate it, and got a red and ate it, there's a 15% chance of that actually happening with the Skittles that I have here. Hopefully this all made some sense here. The replacement stuff, I don't know if I hope it doesn't seem difficult to you, but it's really easy, I think, if you draw out the picture and figure out, well, if this is my picture, do I need to put it back after I took it? Okay, if I do, I just leave it there. If I don't, I take it out and then I recount every time. Each one of these, while we're eventually multiplying them together, each one is actually separate. So make sure that you keep that in mind. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to let me know.